All right, okay. Very good morning, guys. Can you let me know if you can hear me and if you can see a screen before we really get into everything? Can hear me? Can see a screen? Yes. No. Perfect. No problems. Right. Okay. So first things first, right? Before we get into anything, right? I heard that all of y'all are very energetic batch. I heard that I've heard a few stories about y'all, and I think this is a good chance that y'all can create a first impression about y'all. Okay. Right. Before we really get into whatever that we are supposed to do, I'll give you a small, a path. I'll give you a small story, a small thing that I would want you all to focus, right, in this year. Okay. Yes, I'm assuming that all of you all are from the 2023 batch here. Is there anyone from, I don't know, any other batches? That usually happens. I also have, I do a seminar for a one batch, but there are a few people from here and there, very enthusiastic. They also want to come to different other seminars. Anyone from different batches apart from 2023? 2023 in the sense, the batch that just finished O levels, the ones that who just got your results out? Yes. Okay, so there is no one. Perfect. So I'll clear this right for you all. Okay. So in the meantime, guys, I will take maybe a minute or two to start off and really get into the content. Before we get there, maybe if you have any friend, right, who might be oversleeping, I know sleep schedules would have been messed up these days, right? You sleep at 3, 4 in the morning, you wake up at around, 1, 2 in the afternoon, right? Has that happened to you all? No? How are your sleeping schedules these days? Perfect. No. You sleep by around 10 o'clock, wake by around 6 o'clock? Yes, no. Okay, so from the answers that I get on the chat box, I think there's a very few people who do that, right? Looking at, I think most of them are oversleeping, a lot of you all are. And I think it's good weather to sleep as well, right? Perfect. Raining, right? So maybe yes, you can wake your friends up, tell them that there is a session happening right now, and we'll start. Okay. So before we really get into, right, before we really get into the session, okay, let me give you a small introduction about who I am and what we do over here, right? Because without knowing me, right, or without me knowing you all, I think there is no session in the first place, right? So first of all, I'm Arshad, right? And what do I do, or where am I from, right? Uh, I teach advanced level economics, right? That is A-level economics. So I do have a 21 batch, a 22 batch, right? And now we are starting off a 2023 batch. And in addition to that, a little bit about me, okay? So I'm a third year undergraduate at the University of Colombo, Faculty of Management and Finance, okay? So, okay, just random guesses right now. For people who know me before, right? I know a few of my students are also here, right? Apart from that, the others, when do you all think I did A levels? Now, you all are doing A levels in 2023. Any guesses? If you know it, I think you can not say that, but any guesses? Anyone who you want to guess, you want to give a wild guess? Right. I have a lot of answers in chat box. Others know? When do you all think that I did A levels? 2005? 1995? When? Okay, so that is 2018, 24. Okay, I think I can see all the all the years on the chat box. Yes, the others, right? Okay, few things before we really get into it, right? I would really like you all to be a little bit more enthusiastic, right? Giving answers in the chat box, because I know, you might think, there are 80 people on this chat box. My answer is not going to, make sense, right? But you taking that effort to, actually type that answer, right? Helps your brain to function more, helps you to keep, focus more, because otherwise what happens? You lose focus, right? You lose focus, and this fellow is just talking and talking. His voice is playing in the background. Nothing is happening. So take that extra effort, guys. Take that extra effort. Type in a message, saying something, saying anything that you all want to, right? Okay, so there were a lot of guesses, right? I think there was one right answer. Okay, so if you look at me, okay, I did A levels in 2017, right? So I think I'm 6 years older to you all, right? So I did A levels in 2017. I went to St. Thomas's, Mount Lavinia, and ever since then, I've got into teaching, right? So even during A levels, I've liked to teach. So I've helped my friends out. I've taught them different things. Then ever since then, I've got into teaching. I started off with a few edXL classes. I started teaching edXL O levels and A levels, and now currently moved on to local A levels. I'll say local A level economics, right? And why am I teaching? Or a lot of people ask me, right? I said, why are you teaching? Or what qualification or what what right do you get to come teach here? Okay, so I'll put it in very simple terms. Okay, why I really got into teaching is I felt there was a lot in me, right? I knew a lot of things, and I felt, why just keep it with me? Why don't I put it out to the students? Why don't I help the students out with that? That was the main reason that I got into teaching. I felt, while I was doing A levels, I did it really well, right? And then at one point, I thought, you know, I just don't want this knowledge to die with me itself, right? Let me share this. Let me share it with someone else so someone else could also do great. And that is where this whole journey began. And then we started teaching. So, okay, for those who are wondering on, interesting questions that you'll have on what my A level results were, I got 3 A's, right? Was placed among the top 50 in the island. And ever since then, so far, life has been so good. So what I try to do, or what I try to mentor my students, is I don't be just the normal A-level teacher. I help my students to work, right? How to balance play and work and play, right? Because I'm totally a fan of all those who are not just studying, but people who study and balance everything out as well. Because at the end of the day, just studying alone is not going to take you anywhere. So I have a few slides prepared. I'll just give you I'm not going to go into detail, right? Give me a second. Hold on, right? I'm not going to go into detail about what each of these is, right? Yes, guys, I'm from Colombo. I live in Mount Lavinia. Anyone from Mount Lavinia? No one from Mount Lavinia? No one? No one from Mount? No? Mount Lavinia? Kalgis? No one? Dehivala? Ratmalana? Okay, so there are a few people. Nice. Okay, so a few things, right? First of all, okay, before you start off your A levels, and guys, you all can rename yourselves as well. I think at the very beginning, you all couldn't rename, right? I enabled that option, so you all can rename yourselves. I would like to know your names, rather than maybe numbers in front of your name, right? So, okay, where was I? Okay, what I want you all to get right into your head, okay? You all are starting your A level journey. Maybe some of you all would have already started classes. Some of you all are maybe starting it right now, right? What I want to put out to you is that this is, okay, I don't know, I have one number, but okay, this is a what? Brand new journey, right? Some of you all might think, I did not do that well for O levels, right? Maybe A levels is also not my thing. Some of you all might be wondering, these 9A guys, maybe, yes, no one, anyone with 9As here? No one? Yes. 9As, O level, or maybe 8As, because if you did music co, whatever I think it was dancing, right? Okay, there are a few people. Okay, now, so some of you all, right? Guys, you all have different levels, right? Some of you all might think, you compare yourself with your friend, right? During O levels, you think, okay, look here, this is my friend. This guy got 8 A's. I only got 2 A's, right? Obviously, he will do better than me in A levels, right? That is not the story, because in A levels, every single one, right, gets to rewrite their chapter from the very beginning. Now, just like you all here at this very first class. Now, do I know you all? No, I've not personally met you all. I don't even know your names. But this is your opportunity to create that good first impression. That is going to matter. That's the same thing that you have during A levels as well. Now, let's say after O levels, you start your A levels and you stay home for around 6 months. Maybe you change schools. Maybe you go to a different school. Maybe you continue in the same school, right? At that point, okay, the moment you start A levels, this is a very valuable thing that a lot of people don't make use of, right? So at that point when you start A levels, you have that opportunity, or you have that, the only chance that you'll ever get in your life is to rewrite your story, to show people that you are not that old person. You're now someone different. You're now someone new. And anyone who starts A levels, guys, starts from zero. Even maybe 2 years later, when you all write A levels, there will be someone who will be the first in the island. There will be someone, who is really, really great. But right now, even that person, you never know who that person is, right? 2 years later, even that person, maybe it's one of y'all amongst this crowd, right? Every single one is at the same level, right? Just because that person did maybe better at O levels does not mean that person has an advantage here, because everyone starts from the very basic. Guys, you could have been the stupidest guy during O levels. I don't know. I don't want to define stupid here, right? Maybe in your context, maybe let's say for you, stupid was you never studied. You were playing around. You did not do anything. You did not take your studies seriously. Maybe you did not really get what you expected. Leave that, right? This is your opportunity. This is the only chance that you get to rewrite yourself. So make sure that you do that and that you do it right, because you're not going to get a chance again. Because if you can do really well in these 2 years, okay, what does that mean? That means you end your school life with a bang, right? Proper end to your schooling life. And from there onwards, your path gets much easier if you have a proper grade, if you've done proper extracurricular activities and everything. And then the second thing that I would want to highlight, right? I'll get into all of these guys later, right? I'll just focus on what your plan should be and what you should focus on. Okay, few things. Guys, are you all a part of any club, sport? Yes. Let me know which sport. Let me know on the chat box which sport, which club, whatever. In school? Yes. Okay, there are a few clubs. Others, no, never heard of what a club in school is. Never done a sport ever. Okay, some people are playing cricket. Others, what are you a part of, guys? Guys, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be the captain of the team, or you don't even have to be the team, right? You just need to go attend, right? Be a part of it. Okay, I see a lot of cricketers here. Others, no, girls. Right, nice. There's Gavel clubs, there's Interact. Perfect. Right. Nice to see all things, right? One thing that I would want to tell you all. Okay, so now the football fans are also coming up. You can either be a cricket fan or a football fan. I don't think you can have both, right? I don't know if there is, it's very rare you find a fellow who is into both of it, right? He's either a diehard cricket fan or he's either a diehard, a football fan. I don't know, that's how the boys are. So then, talking of this, right? Now, I heard a lot of y'all are part of a lot of clubs, a lot of societies, right? Guys, don't stop, right? Things will get hard, right? You might feel, if I don't do this, I can't manage my studies, right? Yes, we're doing commerce for a reason. We're doing commerce because we want to have fun during A levels while doing great. So don't give up on what you're doing, guys. Make sure that you play, right? You do your cricket, you do your football, you do whatever thing that you have to. Be a part of all the clubs that you want to, right? Take up opportunities, whatever that come in school, right? Take up any opportunity that comes in school. And I'll tell you, I will show you how you can balance things. Because I am personally someone who did not study 24/7 and got into where I was, right? Had all the fun, right? You name it, I would have had it, right? So during A levels, we did everything, but we also made sure that we studied as well. So that is the path that I would want to take you all. I don't want any nerd here who's studying 24/7, and I don't want a fellow who is only into sports and clubs. It has to be a balance. I will show you how to balance that, right? So in this journey, little by little by little by little, we'll learn, right? And we'll get the best of both the worlds. Okay, so that's what my motive is for you all and what we will be doing. Okay, so now before we start, right, I'll get it a little bit into economics, right? Guys, I can go on about all of this motivation to tell you all parts and all of it, but that is not my session today. I was told to teach you all something, right? So that is why I've sent you all a tute as well. So I'll just take in a few more minutes and then we'll get right into the teaching. Okay, perfect. So if someone comes and asks you, right, how many units do you have in your syllabus? Proudly say that you have 12 units in your syllabus. This is your 12 units, right? The first 6 units is from your grade 12 syllabus or your first year in A levels. The next 6 units is in the second year of A levels. That is your grade 13. Some schools say grade 12, 13. Some schools have different grades. That's up to you all, right? But remember, in the first year, you all will be covering these 6. In the next year, you'll be covering these 6. Now, a question that I always get, you said 6, but there is only 5 pictures here. Yes, there are 6 units. These are just cover pages of my tutes that I have attached here, right? The last unit, I have combined it, right? So that's 11 and 12. There is 12 units in your syllabus. Guys, why I say that is because at least you should know how many units is there in your syllabus. Because I sometimes have students, right, sitting for A levels now in the 2021 batch, right? They are sitting for A levels in maybe 1 month to go, right? I get a random message saying, sir, how many units are there in the syllabus? Now, this is a guy sitting for A-levels 1 month from now. And he asked me, sir, okay, what is the name of the first unit? Can you send me the names of the other units? So there are students like that, guys. You might start laughing at me. You might think that I am lying, right? But trust me, there are people like that. There are people who are playing the fool for 2 years and then at the very last moment trying to get something done. Okay? Don't be that person. Be that person who gets it right from the beginning, balances all of it, balance your studies, balance your whatever extra curriculum, and get going, guys. Guys, I was among the top 50 in the island, not by studying day and night, right? And I'm not saying I'm the best in the island out there, right? But I think I have something in me that I can put out to you all. And I'm still so far waiting for someone to do way better than what I did, right? So I do currently have a 2021 A-level batch. They're really, really good at what they do. I don't know how they're good with the other subjects, but at econ, right, I've been focusing with them for almost a year or more. They're right at it, right? There are people who are way better than who I was at the beginning. When I was doing A-levels, I was not even at their standard. So I see how better can people get, and that is the satisfaction that I receive, and that is where I would want to take you all as well. Guys, okay, so before I get into the syllabus content and all of it, right? Any questions? Questions, any gossip that you all would want to hear from me? A normal question that I get, are you married? No, I'm not married. Any other questions apart from if I'm married? Others, questions, study tips, we'll give you all, right? Going forward, little by little, I'll give you all the perfect study tips on how to balance everything and how to do that. Okay, right, about the class, guys. Okay, so how things work with my class, right? Okay, this is your time frame, guys. I'm not going to talk too much about this, right? Okay, so this is about my policy, right? My policy on classes. Okay, so it will apply with wherever that I teach. Okay, first things first, all the tutes will be printed and sent to your doorstep. Yes, some subjects you can study using a PDF, some subject you can, right? But I personally believe that you need to have a physical note printed, right? A physical note with you. So on my end, I will be printing a tute and delivering a complete set of tutes to your doorstep. And there is no additional cost. There is no delivery cost. There is no printing charges that you have to accept. So on that end, right, I will send you that. Okay, that's my first thing. And the second thing that I would do is I would make sure that we cover the syllabus a minimum of thrice, right? So we would do a theory class, we would do a revision class, and we'd also start something called a fast track, right, towards the end. So all of this, the entire syllabus will be covered thrice in the 2 years to come. And the biggest advantage is not the two of these, right? Tutes you all can get printed, syllabus you could get covered by someone else. But as a policy, right, as someone from your generation, as someone from our generation, I would say, right, I understand that most of us want flexibility, right? We are not these people 10 years ago now, right? We want to study at our own pace, right? We like to study at our own pace. We like to do things our own way, whenever we want, anywhere we want, right? So that exact thing is being made possible because of online classes. So what we would be doing is every single class that I do, right, every single thing, okay, you all will get the recording of that class. Okay, so I do have my website. I will speak to Sateha Institute as well, or maybe in their website, right? I'll arrange that. Okay, if they're not able to, I'll put it on mine. So all the recordings of every single class, right, will be made available on my website. So you all will be getting a username, you all will be getting a password, right, which you all could use for the rest of the 2 years. So for 2 years, from the very first class, you have every single recording. So let's say 1 year down the line, you don't remember what happened at unit number 1. You can always go back and watch that recording. There is no expiry date. It will only expire when you do A levels, right? And there is no maximum number of times you can watch a recording. Watch it any amount of times that you want. That's up to you all. The only restriction is it cannot be shared, right? So on our website, we can track your IP address. We can track which device you are logging from, where you are logging from. So as long as you are logging in from the same location, same device, then we know that it is you. But if it is from multiple devices, multiple locations, then yes, your account will get blocked and you will lose the access to the recordings. But apart from that, watch it any amount of times until A levels, you all can do that. Now, this way, right, what is the biggest advantage of this is that you will never ever miss a class, guys. Now, sometimes, right, in your school life, come on, if you're playing a sport, guys, you all know how much of practice sessions you all would have. If you all are being a part of a prefect, a part of a club, right, all of a sudden they say, you know, come, you need to do this, come, you're on duty for this, right? They put in different things, but that should not be a barrier for our education. Yes, maybe during a class time you had something that you had to attend. Go and attend that, guys, because that is your life. Come back, the recording is always there. You can watch that, you can clarify any doubt, maybe the next session during the class. So all of that will be made possible through me on my thing. And finally, guys, I'm not a person who I also come from a middle class family. I know the struggles my parents have gone through to pay in my school fees, to pay in whatever fees that I have, right? So on my end, right, you all could pay and join whenever that how the institute tells you all to. But at the end of the month, if you feel that you did not learn anything, at the end of the month, if you feel that you are unsatisfied, that you wasted your money, right, whatever the monthly class fee is, I guarantee that I will give you a full refund with no questions asked, right? I'm not going to ask you, you know, why is this? Why are you saying this and that? No, right? So on that end, I'll guarantee you that you don't waste a single cent on something that you're not happy. That has been my promise. That has been my guarantee. And that's how classes would work on my end. So there were a few questions on the chat box, right? Can you achieve by only attending my class without school? You can, but then you have to pay a very good focus, right? Because school also gives you an extra backing. Okay. Now I currently do have a few private students who are scoring 100 out of 100 for my papers, and I make sure that the papers are very hard as well, right? So it's possible. But given that you have the right attitude and you're really into it, you can. But if you're just going to loiter around for 1.5 years and then, you know, start studying towards the end, if you're not going to school, then there is going to be a problem. It's going to be difficult. But if you can get it from the beginning, yes, this is the session. Guys, right, there can be a few people who are new to commerce, right? There can be a few people who are new to commerce, right? Who would have not done commerce in O levels. You might wonder, I've not even done commerce for O levels. How can I do this A level thing? Guys, don't worry too much, right? There are just a small suggestion that I would give you is download the textbooks, download the O level textbooks that is there on the website, right? Read that, guys. I don't want you all to just go for an extra class to cover the O level stuff and don't do all that. There are so many free resources available on YouTube, right? You can watch those, right? You can attend maybe a free seminar here and there, right? Go through the textbook, guys, because even in A levels, they teach you from the very beginning. Even though whatever that you did for O levels, right? Even if you have not done commerce for O levels, in A levels, they teach you from the beginning. So don't worry about that, guys. Don't worry about, you know, not being a commerce student. And also don't worry about, you know, I did my O levels in Sinhala medium or a Tamil medium, right? Can I adapt to English? Guys, I'm really proud of you all that you all have taken that decision to move into English, because I know not all of you all do O levels in English, right? But going forward, okay, going forward, trust me, your degrees or whatever, even at a local university where I am, I'll talk about all of that in the classes to come. Every single thing is in English, guys. There is not a single thing that you do in Sinhala or Tamil. So you making the right step now is a perfect decision on your end. Okay. Yes, guys, I do economics classes. This is the first session that you all are here in, right? We'll get things done. Okay, so I'm hoping there is no questions. So I took the first half an hour. Okay. No problem, guys. We'll start from the beginning. I won't expect you to know any economics today, right? Once we start, we'll go on. And towards the end of the session, there is a small quiz on what I do today, right? So if you pay attention to what I do today, if you can answer that quiz correctly, that will be on Kahoot. Guys, have you all played games on Kahoot? No, Kahoot.it, a quiz platform where you get the question, you select the correct answer. No? Have you all tried? Yes. Okay, some of you all have tried, some of you all haven't, right? I'll teach you all, guys. Don't worry, right? It's a very simple thing. It's fun also. You all get points for how fast you answer. So there is a small Kahoot with around 5 questions. Okay. So I'll just inform you in advance and keep. For that, you need 2 devices, though, right? You need 2 devices. right? So sometimes I know, understand some people don't have two devices. So those people, you all can give me answers on the chat box. But if you really want to get points according to that scoring system, you will have to have two devices. So don't have it right now. Maybe by around 12:45, once we're done with the session, you all can just keep it ready now, right? So that by 12:45, maybe two phones, right? So the phone that you're on Zoom, another phone to answer. So the question will come on one screen, you answer on another screen. That is why you need to have two devices ideally. Okay, so maybe a laptop and a phone, computer and a phone, or maybe your phone right now, you're in this thing for the next 15 minutes towards the very end, borrow your parents' phone, right? So you can do something. Yeah, but even if you can't, guys, on the chat box, you can send me your answers, right? That's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm guessing no questions. I'm guessing we'll start, right? We'll get into economics. Okay, the very first session, and we're going to learn something very simple, right? Something that is easy, but something that is very, very important when it comes to whatever that we do. Okay. Now, I understand that you all don't have a printed tute yet, right? There is nothing. There's all of these, a complete set of tute will be printed and sent once you all register. For now, that's perfectly fine. But I want you all, okay, to, first of all, be sitting on a chair and have your whatever thing, right? Be sitting on a chair and, in front, on a table, not lying on bed with your earphone on and this playing in the background. If that is the case, guys, leave, because you're not going to learn anything. You're just wasting your 2 hours. Go, maybe directly go asleep. Because if you're just trying to, I feel bad also, there is a session like this, I need to join this also, but I'm sleepy also. If you're on two minds, I'll kindly advise, sleep, guys, because at least you'll do one thing properly. But if you really, really want to get this done, then stay seated on a table, on a chair, a table in front of you, have your phone maybe in front. Don't keep texting your better half on WhatsApp or maybe whatever thing, right? Don't keep scrolling Instagram or Facebook, right? So stay here, focus, we'll get things done, right? Okay, another question. Okay, should we have a notebook, guys? I personally recommend that for economics, on my classes, you don't have to have an extra notebook. Few things that I would like you all to have is maybe once you all get the tute, you all will have the tute. See if you all can get a few sticky notes, maybe a few color pens. I'll tell you all what to do with the time to come, right? Maybe a few sticky notes if you can, right? If not, even maybe a few plain A4 sheets would do. Okay, right. Starting with this. Now, you all do have a note, but I'm not going to go into the note right now. Okay, I will start off with a few basic things where I would want all of you all to answer. We'll start off with the whiteboard. We'll go into the whiteboard. We'll get into the Zoom whiteboard and look into a few small things that we can look at. Okay, right. I'll explain this whole thing. Hold on. I share my whiteboard. Okay, for some reason I can't share a whiteboard, but give me a second. Let me move on to maybe the Microsoft whiteboard there. Hold on. For some reason the Zoom whiteboard isn't working. Right. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, don't get scared. Don't worry. Right. We'll start off with a small concept, right? Guys, we'll start off with something called wants. Do you all know needs and wants? Have you all heard of this concept? Needs, wants, right? Have you all heard of that concept? Yes. Can you all tell me? Okay. Yes, I know if I talk too much about it, it's going to bore you out because you know these, right? You know wants. So I'm not going to talk about wants, right? But can you all tell me that human wants, right? Are they limited or unlimited? What are they? Our wants, guys. Things that we, different things that we want. Give me answers on the chat box so that I know that you actually know and that you're actually listening to me and that, nice, perfect. These human wants, guys, they are unlimited, right? We have unlimited human wants. We want so many different things, right? If you ask me right now, Arshad, what do you want? I will say, I want to be driving a Mercedes Benz, right? And maybe when I get the Mercedes Benz, I will say, no, I don't want a Mercedes Benz. I now want maybe an Audi. I'll say, no, now not an Audi. I want a Land Cruiser, right? So our wants keep growing and it's also unlimited. So human wants in very simple terms, right? I will say that it is unlimited, and I'm not going to talk about features of wants and go all out. We'll talk about those later, right? Because if anyone wants me to go into these, I obviously can, right? But I prefer not to because I feel it's a little too easy. Okay. Then tell me, right? Okay, we'll think of all the wants that you have, right? Think of money as the resources to get those wants. Are your resources, right? Okay, for now, when I say resources, think of money, right? Money, right? The ones in your purse or in your father's purse. Okay, so think of the money. Tell me, okay, do you have enough resources to get all the wants you want? Yes or no? Do you have enough resources, or do you have money to get every single thing that you want? Yes, no? What do you think? We don't, right? Come on. Even if you call Bill Gates, right? He might be the richest fellow in the world, but his wants are also unlimited. He might want to build let's say a spacecraft, and he might want to, let's say, settle on another planet. Maybe he doesn't have money for that, right? So we say that our resources, for now, for resources, just remember that is money. Yeah, I will talk into resources in detail later. For now, just think resources is money for our understanding purposes, but resources is not really money. For now, just think that is the story, right? So resources, I'll say, are limited, right? I'm not saying we don't have resources. We have money, guys, right? I'm not saying we are living on the street now. We have money, but the money that we have is limited compared to our wants. We have so much of wants, unlimited wants, but compared to that, our resources are limited, right? That's the story at the beginning. Are we okay with this? The small thing that I did not go into anything, that our wants are unlimited, resources are limited. Is because of this. Do you see that there is a problem here? There is a problem, right? You only have limited resources, right? So resources are limited. But from this, you want to do 100 different things, right? You want to get so much of things done. So this is where we learn our first concept. There is a small problem here, right? Resources are limited, our wants are unlimited. We then come up to a small problem. That small problem here is called what? Because of limited resources and unlimited wants, we get into this concept called, any guesses? What is the first topic on your there? Exactly. We get into this concept called scarcity. And this is a new thing that we are learning. We have not learned this in O-levels. We have not learned this before. Let me touch on this, right? We come into this first concept that's called scarcity. So what is scarcity? Oh, what does it mean? Guys, I'll give you all a small definition also in this, right? I'm not a fan of, reading tutes out, reading definitions, right? I'm not a person. And also for those of you all might wonder, this guy got into the top 15 in the island. Maybe he has very good memory power. Trust me, guys, my memory power is so bad, right? That the only phone number I remember is my mother's and someone else's, right? Apart from that, I don't know any single one's phone number, right? And if you ask me, what happened in a movie, right? I would have watched a lot of movies, but 1 week later, I don't remember what happened in that movie. I don't know why, right? My memory power is that bad at times, right? Some people come and ask me, Majan, did you watch this, right? Bro, did you, how was this movie? I know I watched it. But now when he's asking me questions, what do you think about it? I can't remember now, right? So my memory power is bad. So for people who think, you need good memory power to do things, no, guys, it's not about memory power. It's about understanding, right? So I don't want any of you all to memorize things. That is the biggest mistake that you all will ever do, guys, right? People think, theory, I can memorize, I can go and put the same thing out. Doesn't work that way, okay? So get that also in mind. But I'll give you a small definition for, study purposes. We'll get back to you. The proper definitions are there in it, right? So what is scarcity? Scarcity, right? We say it's the limitedness, right? Limitedness of resources compared to unlimited wants. So that is what you call scarcity, guys. Scarcity, I am defining it. I am saying that it is the limitedness of resources compared to our unlimited. Now that is where the whole problem came from, guys. We had limited resources, right? The resources, for example, our example thing is money. We had limited money, but with that money, we want to do a lot of things. problem. That problem is what you called scarcity. So scarcity, if you are defining it in very simple terms, we say it's the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited ones. Right. Now I'm going to introduce you to another concept. Right. So scarcity means that our resources are limited. Is okay. So far, guys, any questions, any problems? Guys, please don't doze off in the middle. Right. Yes, guys, you can write the definition in the thing. We'll talk about the answer writing to all of that in the time to come. Right. Don't worry. So far, safe. Yes. Right. Okay. Listen to the story. Right. Okay. Now we had a problem. Right. We faced this problem called scarcity. Now think that we have only 1,000 rupees with us. Can you all tell me, with this 1,000 rupees, right, what are the different things that you could do? Okay, let's say you have 1,000 with you right now. What are you going to do with this 1,000? What are you going to do? What will you spend it on? Okay, if you ask me what would I spend it on, I would maybe order something on Uber Eats and treat myself. Right? Chocolate, books, invest, food. I would also mostly go into food, right? Okay, clothes. What else? What else? Okay, so the girls more into clothes, the boys more into food, right? Nice, right? So what I'm trying to prove here is, okay, AirPods. Can you get an AirPod for 1,000? But okay, party to your friends. Wow, that's a very generous friend, though. See, these are the friends that you need to have with you, right? So because of this scarce resources, right? This scarce money, I am saying that they have alternative uses, right? You can do a lot of things with this 1,000. Now, from the 1,000 rupees, right? But you can't, okay, so okay, different things that came on the chat box, right? I'll highlight. So some people wanted to buy food, some people wanted to buy dresses. There was one person who wanted to invest, smart guy, right? Okay, so, okay, there is one person who wants to get something for their mother, a present, let's say, I'll say a present to your mother. Okay, what were the other things that I had? Okay, so different things. Okay, then another guy wanted to give a party, generous guy, right? So in this case, my next, okay, before I get into my next question, now I'll recap the story again. I said human wants are unlimited, our resources were limited. Because of that, we had a problem called scarcity. What is scarcity? It's the limitedness of resources compared to our wants. So in my context, I told you all to imagine resources means money. So we have limited money. Now what I am saying is that limited money, that scarce money, has alternative uses. You can do different things with it, right? You can either buy food, you can buy a dress, you can give your a mother a present, you can invest it, you can go party, you can give a party to your friend, right? You can do a lot of things. Are we okay with that so far? That these scarce resources have alternative uses. You can do different things with what you have. Yes. Chip. Cool. Right. My next question to you now. With my scarce resources, the 1,000 rupee I have, can I do all the alternative uses? Can I make use of everything? Can I, with that same 1,000 rupees, can I buy food, buy a dress, invest it, get a present and go a party also? Can't, right? You can't. So because the resource is scarce, because these scarce resources have alternative uses, now what do you think you should do? We come to our next concept. What do you think you should be doing now? Exactly. You should now choose. You need to choose which one is the best one for you. You need to make a choice, right? So scarcity and alternative uses, given that you have scarcity and alternative uses, these two combined, guys, leads to what? It leads to something called a choice. What is this choice? You need to choose one. You can't do everything, guys, right? I know it would be nice to do everything, right? But with that 1,000 rupees we have so many different things that we want to do, so many alternative uses of that 1,000. But can we do everything? Can't. Come on, we only have 1,000, right? So we need to do what? We need to make a choice. We need to choose. Okay, from this, guys, when you're going to choose something, okay, let's say, okay, I'll give you a question that you all would come up. Maybe some of you all would have already experienced. Some of you all would have Some of you are about to experience, I will say, right? So for the boys, you can think of a girl. For the girls, you can think of a boy, right? Now, let's say, okay, I'll relate it to the boys' room, right? Girls, you think of the other side, okay? Right? So boys, now let's say you're going for a class. Now there are these three girls, right? All of them look good. All of them are fine. But you know for a fact that you can't, get involved with all of these three, right? So what will you do? What is the thought process that is going to go, right? That to pick one girl, what are you going to do? Think and answer. You have three girls, right? All of them, people that you can think. Not opportunity cost really. We'll come into opportunity cost a little later. I think you're a little bit too ahead. What are you going to do? You marry all three? Which one? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? What is the thing that is going to run in your mind? Okay, which girl do I approach here? Is it this one, or that one? Who am I going to approach? Right? You toss a coin. Okay, nice gamble. Okay, but in simple terms, right? I did not get the perfect answer though, right? What will you do is you will rank them, right? You will think, okay, this girl, okay, she looks nice. Fine. Okay, I'll give you, you're not going to give points though, but in your mind, you're going to think about, okay, this girl looks nice, right? Nice. The other girl, right? She lives near my house, so maybe I can meet her more often, right? This other girl, she comes for all of the three classes that I go. So maybe I can meet her every day in the week, right? So you're going to think, right? You're going to rank them, right? So what would a rational consumer, guys? A rational consumer, right? Now let's see, in your case, you're the consumer, right? You're the boys are the consumers here. What are you going to do is you're going to rank this because you can't do everything, right? You're going to select, okay, which one is the ideal one for me? You're going to see, look at the pros, cons, this one comes from far away. This one has an elder brother who might come and, make an issue to me, right? So I'm not going to go with this girl, right? This girl, as so many other boys are also trying on this girl, maybe too much competition. I'm not going to do that. So that process is going to run in your mind, right? Okay. So you're going to rank them. Okay. So let's forget about the girl. I know the girl example is very nice, but I can't explain further on this. It will not look right. So can we rank these 5 options that we have? Food, dresses, investing. I know now it becomes a little boring, right? Which one do you all think is the first one we should go with? What would your first rank be if these are the 5 things that you can do? The food, right? Okay, some are saying food, some are saying clothes, some are saying different other things, right? Okay, so I'll rank it according to my needs, right? So I will say the first thing that I want is food, right? What is the second best thing? Okay, I'll rank it according to me, right? So I will say the next thing I would have done is maybe throw a party. Maybe the third best thing is maybe I bought a t-shirt. I bought some clothes. Fourth thing is, let's say I'll buy a present. And the fifth thing is, let's say I go and invest it somewhere. So I will rank them, guys. I will rank them as 1, 2, 3. Now, you don't actually rank them, but in your mind, you have you all heard some people say, get your priorities straight? Have you all heard that? No one has told you, make sure your priorities are set right. That means they tell you to focus on one. You can't do everything, right? So you prioritize now. You do something here. So as a rational consumer, right? Now in your mind, once you have ranked these as 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? In economics, we believe after you have done this ranking, you will not go and do anything stupid after that. Now, let's say the 3 girls, you found out, okay, you realize, okay, this girl is the best. You will not start approaching the other girl. That's not rational. So once you have ranked, once you have said food is your best option, a consumer would stick to food. What would he do? He would stick to food. So a rational consumer, right? According to me, I will say my choice is to go with food because that is my number one. Yes, this number one can differ. For me, it can be food. For you, it can be clothes. Right? Now, I'm talking about my perspective. So I will make a choice of food. So far, we fine. We have unlimited wants, limited resources. Because of that, we had a problem called scarcity. I said these scarce resources have alternative uses. You can do different things with it. Then I said, you can't do everything that you want. So you need to make a choice. Before you make a choice, what will you do? You will rank them, right? This is my best one. This is the next best one, right? You will rank your alternatives. And then I am saying, you're now going to make a choice. You will select what is best for you. Check. So far, questions, fine, right? So for the girls, you have selected the right boy, right? For the boys, you have selected the right girl. And perfect. Then, once you've made this choice, there is a problem again, not a problem, but when you make a choice, you now, okay, let's say you hooked up with one of these girls. What is going to happen to you? Can you go look at the other girls now? Yes or no? You can look at them, but can you get involved with them? Can you get into whatever that you want with them? You can't, right? You're missing out on something now, right? You feel, just because I got to this in vain, I could have gone to the other one, right? You're missing out on something, right? I will be so happy if you all have a choice like this one day, to find three girls, but I don't know if it really works. But usually on boys aspect of it, I think it's rarely we have three options, right? You stick to one option, maybe your friends start bugging you, they start saying something, you have to stick to that option, right? You don't have three options that you are to choose unless you are the most handsome guy out there and the most successful person out there. You don't have options, right? One meant for you, right? You stick to that, right? You have four options. Nice. Okay, so then guys, when you make a choice, right, we have a problem, or we have a cost of it. What do you think is the cost? We are letting go of something, we're giving up something. I got answers of this before. What is it, guys? It leads us to something called an opportunity cost, right? I will explain this now. These are little new words. These are new words. I will not expect you all to know these words. Don't worry at all. I will explain this story little by little by little, right? What is this opportunity cost? Yes, opportunity cost, right? We say is the benefit foregone. Okay, it is, I'll give a small definition also that you all can read later, right? It is the benefit foregone from the next best alternative, right? Now, what is this nonsense? Benefit foregone, next best alternative. So far you understood. Now all of a sudden, sir is saying something else. I don't understand. I'll explain, right? Hold on. Now, can you all tell me, in my example, with the 1,000 rupees, right? The first thing that you would have done is, let's say, buy some food. For some reason, right? Think that you could not buy food. What would have been your next best option? If not for the food, what would you have done? What was your next best option? Think according to how I have ranked it. What is my next best thing if I did not buy the food? What? Think. Please look at my rankings. Look at how I have ranked my things. What is my next best option? What do you all think? Exactly. My next best option is the party, right? I could have given a party to my friends, or I could have partied by myself. Guys, that is what you call opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost means, guys, listen, Gav, this is very, is a little complex, huh? Opportunity cost means, right, the benefit foregone, or benefit foregone. What is it? Can you give me another word for foregone? Another word for foregone? Can I say given up, right? What you give up, right? So opportunity, okay, exactly, lost, right? What you sacrificed, perfect, right? So opportunity cost is the benefit foregone, or the benefit that you have sacrificed, that you have lost from your next best alternative, right? So in my case, right, my next best alternative was party, right? That is my next best alternative. So for me, the opportunity cost would be, right, whatever benefit I could have got by party. So whatever party that I go to, I don't know, whatever thing, whatever benefit. Now, guys, benefit means not money. Yeah, benefit can come from, that satisfaction you get by partying, satisfaction you get by, listening to some music or dancing, or, eating some food in a party, right? So that is what you call the benefit over here, guys. So this is your opportunity cost. I'll come to this again. I know some of you all got a little lost. right? Okay, can you all tell me, okay, give me your general questions that you have. I will explain this again, don't worry, right? Tell me your general problems. Where did you lose me? I feel for some reason you would have lost me a little. No? Or is that my instincts playing around with me? I feel some of you all got a little lost. Okay? So here is this thing again in a little bit of a shorter and sweeter way. Right? Perfect. Now I'm saying you had 5 different things that you could have done with your 1,000 rupees. Right? 5 different things. So you could have bought some food, you could have maybe dressed up, bought some dresses, invested it, give a present, gone to a party. You could have done different things. So, but I said you can't do everything. Come on, with the 1,000 rupees, can you do all 5? No, can't. So what you did is you had to rank them first. You said, okay, this is the best one. If you understand things, right? This is the best thing for me. And then the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth. And what do? You go and choose the one that is best for you. So you now chose, okay, fine. Food is the one that is giving me the best benefit. So food is what I'm going to choose. And then that is what we looked at before. Now I'm coming to this new concept called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost means, right? Because you bought food, right? You can't do anything else. So opportunity cost means the benefit that you have to give up, right? I'm repeating, opportunity cost is the benefit that you have to give up from your next best alternative. So according to my ranking, my next best alternative was party, right? Maybe that happiness, maybe releasing my stress in a party, eating, right, meeting new friends. Maybe that was the benefit. But because I went and bought some food, right, I was not able to get that benefit, right? I am losing that benefit to release my stress, meet my friends, eat some nice food from the party. I am losing that benefit. That is what you call opportunity. Yes, opportunity cost does not mean the benefit from all the alternatives, because you can't do all. If not for food, I can't do all the other four. No. If not for food, can I go party, buy a t-shirt, present and thing? No. If not for food, I can only do one of the others. My next best thing is the party. So because I went and bought food, right, I have to give up my next best thing, right? That second girl that you would have liked to have, right? You have to give up that. So that becomes your opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is not everything, guys. That's a big mistake a lot of students do. Opportunity cost is not your first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. It's not everything. It's the cost or it's the benefit that you let go of your next best option, right? My next best option is party. Clear? Yes or no? I'll go back to tute and I'll explain that story, guys. Don't worry. Is the story all right? No? Confused? Lost? Too tired? If you have questions, throw the questions on me, guys. Anything? Okay? Perfect. So now what I'll do with this, I will do this again on the tute now. Now we'll get into the tute and look at the definitions and see what is there, right? Because now you can't go and write this in your exam. Now, if you draw a diagram like this in your exam, they're not going to give you marks. You need to put, right. Okay, choice and option cost. Perfect. That means we don't use it for food, but for party. Right. Okay. So small questions that I've had. Okay. Difference between choice and opportunity cost. Guys, choice means you choose one of this, right? From your 5 options, you choose one. Okay. Because you make a choice, guys, because you make a choice only, it leads to an opportunity. Yes, you can make a note of it, guys, no problem, right? You can write this down, you can take a screenshot of it and write it later. That's up to you all, right? I'm not going to spoon feed and I'm not a teacher who dictates notes, right? Because I think that's a waste of time on my context. I rather give you the note and maybe give you some different other diagrams to remember, because come on, it's a waste of time, right? So okay, coming back to that question, right? We make a choice because we can't do everything that we want. Okay. When we make a choice, when we because of this choice, what happens, right? It leads us to an opportunity cost. The choice leads us to an opportunity cost because we chose that we are going to buy food, right? We are giving up or we are letting go the benefit we could have got from party. So choice and opportunity cost is not the same. What you need to remember, a choice leads to opportunity cost. Because you make a choice only, you have to give up something else. Because you made a choice only, there is an opportunity cost. Right? Yes, when we go with the note again, you will understand it more, right? I want to do something a little bit more challenging, something a little bit more complex, because rather than doing needs and wants, then it gets a little boring, right? So that is why I want to do something like this. So don't worry, we'll go through the note. Even if you did not get it 100%, right? We will do it again. Sorry, right? Okay, so I think the institute wants to speak to you all for a few minutes, right? So until I go back to my tute, I'll hand it back to the institute. I think they have a small note to give out, and once they're done with that, they'll get back to our tute. Okay, right? Over to you. No.
Okay, hi students. I just want to let you all know how to register for Arshad sir's class. So this is our website. So you can visit our website by typing the URL satehacollege.lk. So first I want to introduce the offer which we have for you. So if you join all 3 subjects under Sateha College, you will get a 500 rupees off. So the coupon code is SCAL 500. So these and we have made a detailed video according how to register to a course and how to apply the coupon code if you are joining for all 3 subjects. So please visit our YouTube channel. So this is our YouTube channel, so you can visit and you can go through how to access our website version, PC version. You can access that, and you can you can join Arshad sir's class. So when I go to all courses, I just want to show you the day and time and the fees of Arshad sir, so you can join for that. So if we go to 2023 A level, so this is the folder, right? So economics, Arshad Ismail, and the monthly fees is 2,200, right? The day, it's on Wednesday 4 to 6 p.m. So if you want to reserve your seat, you can reserve it and join with us. So from next week. So that's it. So you all can go and visit our YouTube channel and get a full idea of how to access the website. Thank you, sir. You can start.
Right. Okay. So thank you for that. Let me get back. Okay. So, do you want a small break? Do you think you want to walk around? See who has dropped you a text? Yes. No. I can give you a 5-minute break if you want. Sure. Shall we take a small 5-minute break then? Walk around. See if you know. Okay, I'll go with your vote, right? The more votes for a break, I'll give you all a break. More words to continue, I will continue. That's up to you all. Chat is open. I have not created a poll though. Let me know. Do you want a break? Yes or no? 5 minutes only, yeah, not so long. Okay, wow. There is very little people who want a break. No, it's not bad. That is usually the opposite that happens usually. Now, in my general context, right, I ask, do you want a small 5-minute break? Everyone says, you know, you want a break, right? Perfect. So we'll continue, guys. We'll get things into this. No, guys, I don't do any individual classes. I do classes separately as well, but that's separate, but no individual classes. I don't really have time, right? Okay. So we'll get into the note now, guys. Please, if you all want to, right, you all can quickly run to the washroom, get some water and come, no problem, right? If you missed a part, let me know. I will recap that part again. Okay, hold on. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, why can't I annotate on this? Okay, right. Okay. So we'll come into this. Why is my annotate option missing? Hold on, guys. Let me stop the share and start it again. And give me 1 second. Right, no problem, guys. Let's continue. Okay. So we'll start off with this part. Right, we'll start off with introduction to economics. first thing we learned was something called scarcity. Now I'll run you through the note, guys, because you need something to write on your paper. You know the story now, right? But you need something to write. Okay. So we say, again, now I have explained these stories, right? Now I'll give you a little bit more additional stuff. I say scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited funds. That's the very first thing I said of a society at a given point. The second thing I'm saying is I am saying scarcity is the central problem common to every economy. Now, do you think this problem of scarcity, where you have limited resources and unlimited bonds, is only common to Sri Lanka? No, guys. It's common to every single economy, right? Even USA, the most developed country, or China, or Japan, or UK, or wherever you are, right? It's that scarcity is always there, because everyone's problem, no matter how much of resources they have, right? Maybe USA has the best technology, they have the better resources than us. But what they don't realize is their bonds are also unlimited. So no matter how much resources you have, right, bonds are unlimited. So there is always scarcity. That's why we say scarcity is the central problem. It is universal, guys. And then the next thing I say, it is a relative concept. Guys, what is relative? When I say I am relatively better than you, what does that mean? It means compared to you. Compared to you, I'm saying I'm better. Okay, let's say, okay, in teaching, I will say compared to you, I'm a little better than you, right? Relatively. So why is scarcity a relative concept? Guys, scarcity does not mean that we don't have resources, right? Scarcity doesn't mean, we don't have money, we don't have the resources. Scarcity means compared to our wants, our resources are less. Get that straight, guys. Remember, scarcity does not mean a person is poor, he does not have money. That is not the case. Scarcity means he has the money, because even the richest person in the world can be facing scarcity. He will definitely face scarcity. Why? Because compared to our wants, our resources are limited, guys. That is why we say, which means compared to human wants, resources are relatively limited. Scarcity does not mean total absence. Guys, any questions you'll have, please put it on the chat box again. Don't feel shy. Trust me, I'm not going to hold anything on you all, right? It's the first time that we are meeting. Perfectly fine, because if you don't understand, then there is a problem. So please ask without feeling shy. Don't doze off for 1 hour and then 1 hour later come and ask me. But if you're paying attention normally, right, and you have a problem, please do ask, right? Okay. So why do you have scarcity? Remember that whole box, that diagram. What led to scarcity? It was what? It was wants being unlimited, and I'll explain again. Don't worry, guys. Wants being unlimited and the resources being limited. So because you had unlimited wants and because you had limited resources only, we came to scarcity. Okay, total absence means we don't have anything at all. Now, scarcity does not mean we don't have, it's not an absence of resources. The resources are there, but it is limited. Okay, so in simple terms again, guys, if you did not get anything, just remember, we have unlimited human wants, but our resources are limited. Compared to those wants, our resources are limited, meaning our money or whatever thing. Because of that, what happens? We lead to this problem called scarcity. That is all. That's all that you need to know. Okay. And then there is a small note here that I have put in. Guys, let's say, guys, are you all Tippy Tip fans? Yes, Tippy Tip. I know the green one. Okay, maybe you all are more posher versions, maybe Pringles, maybe I don't know. Whatever chips. Yes. No, something like that. Yeah. Okay, now let's say you go to Cargill's or wherever that you buy, right? You go to Cargill's. Yes, the green color tip. I also like the green color tip, right? You go to Cargill's or wherever, I don't know where you buy it, right? You go there. And this guy in Cargill's, oh, it's not there in the counter, or that small shop fellows, tip, right? Does that mean scarcity? What do you think? There's a shortage of tip in the shop. There is no tip in the market. Does that mean scarcity? Guys, that is not scarcity, guys. That is a shortage, right? What is the difference between this shortage and scarcity, guys? Here, look at this. I'll say the shortage of goods prevailing in the market is not considered scarcity, right? As the shortage arises with the delay of stock, and this shortage disappears with the arrival of stock. So when stocks come in, or maybe because there is a delay only, there is a shortage. Shortages can be solved, right? You can solve the shortage, but you can never go and solve what? Scarcity. It's universal, right? So remember, don't confuse shortage with exactly. Good example. I see you all relate. The milk powder shortage these days. No, yes. What are you? How is your family going? My family is buying. They are buying these what milk bottles? That 1 liter milk bottle, the Kotmale and the thing. But my mother keeps complaining every time I walk around. Right. The only conversation I hear she's talking about is about this milk powder. Right. She's talking about where you can get milk powder and different things. So there is a shortage of milk powder. That does not mean milk powder is scarce. That's because there is some problem in this thing. Maybe there is a delay. Oh, I don't know what. Right? There's a problem, but that is not scarcity. Then we'll come into our next thing. Here we say, right? Goods produced with scarce resources are called economic goods. Guys, what is economic goods and all? We will study later. Okay, don't think of it now. Forget that for now. Right? Forget about this economic goods and all nonsense. We will talk about that in the time to come. Right? Okay. We'll get into this part here because economic good, that is another whole 2-hour chapter that I need to teach you all. Right? Because if I go to touch that now too much, I'm not going to get it. Okay. So here I'm saying scarcity is considered as the central problem. Central problem means why? It is common to every society. Remember my story. Whether you are in the US, whether you are in Sri Lanka, whether you are in Japan or wherever you are, it's common to everyone. Why is it common? Because, right, everyone has unlimited wants. No matter how rich you are, how much money you have, your resources are limited, right? You only have limited resources. So problem. Okay. So because of that, guys, every society has to make choices. They have to now, in my example in the board, right? In the whiteboard, I just talked of me, no. I just talked of the 1,000 rupees I have. But the same context, a country also faces, guys. A country also has limited resources compared to its unlimited wants. In my whiteboard back, I talked about this, right? I just talked about what a single person. But now let me connect it to a country's context, right? An entire country. So we say an entire country, right, will also have to face scarcity. What does that mean? They have to decide what to produce, how to produce, whom to produce. Again, another 2-hour thing that I will teach you all in the future. But in simple terms, remember that because of scarcity, right, a country has to make choices. So then again, remember these alternative uses. Scarcity combined with alternative uses. Since our scarce resources, right, that in my example, that 1,000 rupees we had, since this 1,000 rupees had alternative use, that means you can do different things with this 1,000, right? You have to make a choice, right? You have to choose one alternative. So in my tute, I have given you a more formal example, not about the girlfriend or the boyfriend, right? I say, listen to the example, right? I'll explain the same story in a different example. I say, when considering land, okay, it has alternative uses. So let's say we have a one plot of land, right? So such as constructing of factories, that is one use. You can either construct a factory, you can do farming, right? You can have your own farm, grow your own crops, you can do whatever, or making a playground, right? Now, can you do all three of this? Yes or no? In your plot of land, can you construct a factory? Can you go farming? And can you make a playground? Yes or no, guys? What do you think? Yes, no? Please get typing. Get the laziness out of you. Yes, you can't, right? Because of this only, you need to make a choice. So therefore, a decision has to be made in selecting one alternative because you can't do everything, right? Guys, now remember what did I say? When you're going to make a choice, what are you going to do? You will usually rank the options, right? This is Tama, this is the best one for me. This is the second best. This is the third best, right? You will rank the options like that. 1, 2, 3, right? You're going to rank them. And once you have ranked them, you then make your choice. So if someone comes and asks you, right, why do people make a choice? Or why is something called a choice there? What do you say, guys? What led us to a choice? Remember in my diagram, right, in my whiteboard here, because of what did we have a choice? Because of what plus what? Why did people face a choice, guys? People faced a choice because there was scarcity and that scarce resources had alternative uses. Because of these two reasons over here, right? Because of these two only, right? People had to make a choice. Get that straight. So if in your exam paper, if they ask you, right? Yes, we will talk about exam answer writing and all, right? In the times to come, right? Very first class, we are not going to talk about answer writing, so don't think about that now. But if someone asks you, right? Why do people have to make a choice? One reason, because the resources they have is scarce. The second reason is because the resources they have is scarce, and those resources have alternative uses. You can do different things with it. So because of that, you have to make a choice, right? So that is what I'm saying in my note over here. I'm saying, right? A problem of choice arises in an economic system due to what? Scarcity and alternative uses. So far we shape too fast. I don't like to go too slow also, because then it bores you out. Then people lose focus. That happens to me sometimes. Sometimes when I discuss, the teachers discuss a little too slow, I lose focus. This is something I need. Shape case, if you're feeling that it's a little too fast, you want me to pace it down, let me know, okay? Right. Okay, I'm hoping that's not much. Okay, feeling all right. Then we go into this concept, right? The opportunity cost concept. Listen very carefully. Right now, this is a concept that some of you all did not understand, right? Some of you all felt a little too hard. Now, so far, this choice and everything story is clear. Yeah, I'm saying, okay, I'll go through word by word in the tute, right? Because the very first class, I know these are new concepts for you all, so don't worry. Please, in my end, right? If it's a usual class, the recording will also be there, right? So even maybe a connection issue, right? Something, you can always watch the recording and catch up. So don't worry at all, okay? Right. So here we say, when selecting one alternative from all the other alternatives available. So in my now forget about the girlfriend example now, right? Our example is we have a plot of land. With this plot of land, we have different alternatives, that is constructing a factory, farming, or making a playground. We have those three alternatives. So from that, when you select one alternative, the value or the benefit, right, of the next best alternative foregone. Remember in our example, it was partying, right? That was the next best alternative. So I am saying the value or the benefit of the next best alternative foregone is called the opportunity cost, right? So I am saying opportunity cost is also named as real cost and economic cost. These are other names for opportunity cost, guys. Real cost, economic cost. Now look at my example. Right. I want, okay. Guys, just checking. For those who normally come to classes at the institute, does the teacher draw on the board? Yes, right. Right on the board, on the screen. Yes, no. Yeah. For some reason I can't write. That's why I'm wondering. No problem. Right. Okay. So here we say, for example, the alternatives used for land available to a person can be stated as follows according to his priority. Yes. Has this person already ranked it or not? According to the example, has he ranked it or not? I'm saying, for example, the alternatives for land available to a person can be stated as follows according to his priority. Has he ranked it? He has, right? They're saying no, according to his priority. According to priority only, he has ranked it. So he's saying constructing of a factory is 1, farming is 2, building a playground is 3. So what would a rational consumer do? Always go with the best one, a rational consumer producer. So he would go constructing a factory. Right? After you rank, you will not go and do something else, guys. Right? After you choose that you're going to stick to this girlfriend, you're going to approach her. You're not going to approach other people. Okay. So when selecting the alternative of constructing a factory, right? So when you select, okay, without reading this, okay, I'll scroll down later. What do you think is my opportunity cost for those who know? If I select the factory, what is my opportunity cost? What do you all think? What is my opportunity cost going to be? The benefit that I forego from what is my opportunity cost? Exactly. Others guesses? What is going to be my opportunity cost, guys? My opportunity cost is going to be the benefit that I forego from farming, right? whatever that I could have got from farming, maybe, looking at my cows and the chickens that I have, maybe the milk and the eggs that I have, I get, right? That would have been my opportunity cost. So look here, I say, right, when selecting the alternative constructing the factory, the next best alternative foregone would be the alternative of farming, right? That would be the next best one. So therefore, opportunity cost of constructing a factory, right, is the harvest that could be obtained by farm. Guys, you don't take the other options, right? Good question. These are questions that everyone has. Then you will ask me, right? A lot of people ask me, say, if you're taking farming as the opportunity cost, why aren't we considering the other ones? The answer to that is, right, if not for the factory, can you do all the other ones? No. Can you do farming and can you build a playground both if you did not do the factory? No. If you did not do the factory, then you have to choose within the next two. So your next best one, that is the one that you're missing. Now you can't say, guys, because I went and what partied, I couldn't do all of the others, right? No, because I went and my example, food, right? Because I went and bought food, I couldn't do all of the others. That's not reasonable, right? Because anyway, you couldn't have done all of the others. Because of the factory, you mainly missed your next best one. So when you take opportunity cost, guys, it's not the value of all the alternatives. It's the value of the next best alternative. Because if not for this, I would have gone for that, right? That would have been the story. So if not for this, farming was my option. Is that clear? No or not? No. It's like this, guys. And also, okay, I can't type on my this thing. I'll go back to my, okay. Now in our example is, now do you think, right, one more thing that I would want to highlight, right? Do you think opportunity cost is same for everyone? Right? Now opportunity cost, okay. So in my example, first one was the factory. Second one, no, first one was the factory. No, yeah, first one was the factory. This is farming, right? This is playground, right? These were my options. Now, if I ask you to rank this, look here, can you rank this? Now, according to how I rank my opportunities, right? According to how I ranked it, 1, 2, and 3. So for me, farming was the opportunity cost. But for you, it could have been different. It could have been something else. And these small points, keep in mind, can be tested in the quiz, right? Right? So for you, it could have been a little different, right? So if you put in, okay, now let's say how you rank it. Let's say you say, okay, factory, for you also factory is the best one. But for you, you feel the second best one for you is the playground. So you rank playground as 2, right? Then you rank farming as 3. So then if I ask you, what is your opportunity cost? You will say, look here, my opportunity cost is playground. Now, can I say, no, what nonsense, man, opportunity cost is farming? I can't say that. Why? This is because opportunity cost, guys, is subjective. What does subjective means? Subjective means it differs from person to person. My opportunity cost is not your opportunity cost. For me, the opportunity cost is farming. That means how I rank, that is my next best one. But for you, the opportunity cost is a playground. That is your next best one. So I can't say it's just one thing, right? So because of this, right? Because of this, we say that opportunity cost is subjective. What does that mean? It means it differs from person to person, right? It's not the same. Is that clear? Yes or no? That opportunity cost is subjective. Right? Your opportunity cost is not my opportunity cost. It can change. It will change based on how we rank our things. So no one is right or wrong here. I can't say I am only right. Opportunity cost is farming. What nonsense? How can it be playground? Right? You can't say no. Playground is opportunity cost. How can it be farming? No, we both are right because why? It differs from person to person. Again, that. So that's opportunity cost being subjective. Then going back to my thing here, those parts we'll talk about it in a while later, right? Here I am saying opportunity cost is considered as a positive concept. Now, 2 years later, when I had to explain what is a positive concept, it was a little hard. But now it's very easy. Please, when someone says he is COVID-19 positive, he has tested positive for COVID-19. What does that mean? Let's hope no one tests positive, but let's say someone comes and says, right, I am tested positive for COVID-19. What does that mean? What does that mean, guys? Exactly. That means he has COVID-19, right? So if he says I am tested positive, means he has COVID-19, right? That is what it means. So here I am saying opportunity cost is a positive concept, and opportunity cost is positive only with economic goods. For now, guys, just remember that, because we have not done what economic goods is. We will study economic goods in the future, right? In the lessons to come. So opportunity cost is considered as a positive concept, and it is only positive with economic goods. So what are we saying? We are saying that economic goods has an opportunity cost. Now, if I say I am COVID-19 positive, means what? I have COVID-19, right? I had the corona with me, right? So when I say economic goods is opportunity cost, has positive opportunity cost, means economic goods has opportunity cost. Why? What is economic goods? What is all of that? We will talk, okay, in the time to come. For now, don't worry too much. Shape, yes or no? Questions, problems, issues? Fine. That's basically most of it that I wanted to cover. So I'll give you a small summary, right? And then we can go into different questions. Okay, so usually in my tutes, guys, I will put stuff called additional reading, right? So different things that I find from different websites, maybe a few questions that would be interesting, right? So I would add it into my tute as additional reading. So there are two ways that you can do this. One is you can scan the QR code. Guys, to scan the QR code, you don't have to install any additional app or anything, right? From any phone, you simply open your camera, right? You open your camera like you're taking a photo, right? And try to take a photo of this. Hold your camera in front of this QR code. You don't have to install any app or anything. When you hold it in front of this, a small pop-up will come in your camera itself. A small pop-up will come, say, go to this website. You click on that, guys. You will go to that website. So you can read a few additional things. Okay, that is that. And or else, sometimes some phones, the QR codes won't work, guys. You can type this link right now. I think since I have sent you the PDF, you can simply click on the link on the PDF, right? But usually you will get a printed note, guys. So printed notes you can't click, you can only type this. Okay, so just to summarize what we learned today, right? Okay, this land labor capital also I will talk about later, right? Because remember I told you money is not the resource, right? For now, just think money is the resource. Actually, our resources are land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, factors of production. You all would have heard. I will talk about in detail later, right? So because of limited resources and because of unlimited bonds, what did we have? We had a problem. What was our problem? That was called scarcity. So if you want in under this, you can say, right? If you have anyone, is anyone got a printout? No, by any chance? Was very excited for this and got a printout of the tube? No. Okay, that's all right. Perfectly fine, guys. Don't worry, you will get a okay. Nice. There are people who got it also. Right. So that's perfectly fine, right, guys? We will send you a printed note. Don't worry about that. Okay. So scarcity. Now this is a diagram I got from the internet, so it's not 100% complete. So scarcity combined with alternative uses. So you have alternative. If you have a printout or something, you can just write alternative uses there, right? So scarcity plus alternative uses led us to what? It led us to a choice. So it leads us to a choice, and then when we make a choice, what happens? It leads us to opportunity cost. Shape. Yes, that is our whole story that we discussed today. That is why, that is the whole basis of economics. What are the other things we will talk about in the future to come? So far, fine questions. Yeah, right. So now we'll get into the part that you all would have been waiting for, right? I'll give you all maybe like a 5-minute break, but it's not a break. Along with this break, right? I want y'all to join this Kahoot. Like y'all can take a break. I will show y'all how to join as well. I'll also have some water and come. Thank you, guys. Great. Okay, first of all, before we get into this Kahoot, because I have to explain what to do, I'll give you all maybe a 2-minute break, right? So maybe go through the tute if you have nothing to do, because if you win this quiz, I'll give you all something. Okay, deal from my end. So take a 2-minute break. I'll come back and tell you all what to do in the quiz. Okay, give me a second. All right. Okay. Done with your break. I'll tell you all how to join, guys. Don't worry. I'll give you all the pin. I'll tell you all everything to do. Are you done with the break? Yes. Sip. Let me know if you all are back so that I can tell you all what to do. Okay, right. So I'll give you all maybe a few minutes, guys. You all have to get 2 devices, right? Maybe 2 phones, maybe a laptop and a phone, right? One that you're continuing on Zoom. To answer the questions, you will need another device. If you can't find another device, you can put the answer on the chat box. That's perfectly fine, right? But it would be nice if you can find another device, right? Give me a second. Hold on. The show question and answer option. Okay, there is a show question and answer option. Okay, show question and answer on the player's device. Okay, right. So I'll enable that then, right? Okay. So then you can play it with one device also if you have, right? That is up to you all, right? So, right, what you'll have to do is you have to get the correct answer done, right? Okay, so I've enabled show question and answer. So even in one device, I think you should be able to answer it then. So then I will start, right? Okay, what you all should be doing. So for those people who don't know what to do, right? First thing that you all have to do is from whatever phone or anything that you are there, okay, go to this website, right? I don't think any of you all have the app, no, right? Go to this website, www.kahoot, K-A-H-O-O-T, not .com, .it, right? So first thing, open your web browser or whatever thing that you have and go to this website, www.kahoot.it. And then they will ask you for something called a game pin, right? Once you go to this website from your web browser, they will ask you for a game pin. So in the game pin, you type this number. Okay, some people have already come. I'll repeat, guys. What you have to do is from your web browser, go to this website, www.kahoot.it, not .com, .it. Then they will ask you for a game pin. You type this game pin 955 5838 955 5838, the game pin that is there on the screen. Once you type the game pin, they will ask you for your name, right? So type your name, click on join. So once you click on join, your name will be there on my screen over here, right? So I'll give you all 5 minutes, guys, no hurry, right? I know the first time we're doing it. So you all can start joining. Okay, so 10 of you all have joined. Others also you all can join, guys, right? So go to from your device, whatever device that you are right now logged in, right? You don't have to have 2 devices, even 1 device is fine, right? So you go to this, repeating, website is www.kahoot.it, Kahoot.it. They will ask you for a game pin. The game pin is 955 5838. No problem, guys. If you can't join, that's perfectly fine. You can send in the answers on the chat box as well. Okay, but it would be nice if all of y'all can join. But even on the chat box, if you can send it, that's fine. On the chat box, there'll be colors, so you have to send me the color, right? Which color is the answer? There is no 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are MCQs, 5 MCQs that we'll have. So I'll give you like maybe another 2-3 minutes until everyone joins in. Yes, even in the middle of the game, you can join now. Right? Don't worry, even in the middle of the game, you can join if you get kicked out or something. Still, you have to type the game pin and come. Okay, others know how y'all gonna come. We have 23, half of y'all are missing. Okay, there's 24. Yes, I'll read the question also. No problem. If you all want me to. Right? And also remember, guys, the first question is the trial question. Now we'll see how it goes, and then from the next question only points start coming. Okay, so there'll be 5 questions, 5 MCQs, right? There are 4 options. You have to select one option. There will be points out of 1,000, right? but the faster you answer, the more points you will get. So if you answer very, very quickly, you might get like, let's say 900 and something. If you take time and answer, and if you get it correct, you might get around, let's say 500, 600. That is depending on how fast you give in an answer. So the more faster you give in, the more points that you get. If a little slow, yes, the points will fall down a little, but work on getting the right answer, because if you put the wrong answer even fast, you're not going to get marks, right? Okay, so shall I start? Are we okay? 26 of y'all are here, the others no? Yes, guys. Okay. Also, you have 1 minute per question. So on the side of it, there'll be a screen where the time is running, only 1 minute per question. Okay. Right. So I'm starting, guys. I'm guessing the others are not really here. I am guessing that they can hear me, right? So for those who can't join, you can drop me a text, or you can drop the, let me know on the chat box what the answer is if you all want to be a part, right? So I will not lock this thing. So even in the middle, right? Even after I have started, you all can join. Okay. So I'm starting. Okay. The first question, guys, is a trial question, right? So, right, there will not be points there on the chat box. Just give a try for the first question and see. Basic one, just to make you familiar with the thing. It is a testing. How much is 2 plus 2 multiplied by 4? 8, 10, 16, and 12. The more faster you... How much is 2 plus 2 multiplied by 4? Okay, so you have around 30 seconds more. 27 of y'all have answered. I think that was 27. Did everyone answer? Maybe I think 1 or 2 people have not answered. Because if everyone answers, it will automatically skip. Right? Yes, the answer is 10. Right? Yes, remember BODMAS, right? So it's 2 into 4 first, right? 2 into 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is the 10. Right? So that is how the questions will come. Now, you all don't get points for this. This is just to show you what is to come. So something similar to this, you will get 5 economics related questions, which we did today. Nothing from outside. Use a little bit of your common sense. Read the answers carefully and answer, right? So I'm guessing most of y'all know what to do now. Okay, going to the next one. Okay, so no points at all, but I think this is based on how fast you all have answered. Okay, now this is where the points start. Question 2 is the first proper question. Scarcity means, okay, the price of the good is set too low, a shortage of resources, goods or services, not having enough resources to satisfy all wants of economy, the government is spending too much. What of this is scarcity? Red, blue, yellow, green. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so most of you give me right answers. Right. Perfect. Others? Okay, we have 27 answers. I think there's 28 people here. Right. Perfect. So most of you got that right? Right. So scarcity is what? That you don't have enough resources to satisfy all your wants. It's not a shortage. It's not the others. Again, so again, remember guys, the more faster you answer, the more points you get. Okay. Right. So, okay, this is how the leaderboard looks like. Okay. So see, now these people are more 22 of y'all got it right, but these people answered it faster. Right. So Ryan on top, followed by Mushtaq, Amina, Naurin, and Minukar. Okay. So going to the next one. Likewise, there's 4 more questions. Huh? Right. Question 2 of our thing. Opportunity cost of something you decide to get is the amount of money you pay to get it, the highest valued alternative you give up to get it, the lowest valued alternative you give up to get it, the is possible alternatives that you give up to get it. Is all the possible alternatives. Which one do you all think? The money you pay, or the highest value, the lowest value, or all the possible alternatives? What do you all think? Think carefully, guys. It's a little tricky, yeah? What is opportunity cost? There's a battle between 2 colors on the chat box odds. Others, guys, we have around 5 more seconds for those who did not answer. What do you all think? Right. Okay, guys. Opportunity cost is the blue one, guys. Opportunity cost was your next best alternative, the highest already, the next one. right? It was not all the alternatives, right? So see, most of you got that wrong. See, it says, again, now this question says, right, possible alternatives that you give up. Now, the possible alternatives, in my case, it was the party, the dress, everything was possible alternatives. But that does not mean that was opportunity cost. Opportunity cost was your highest possible one. What's your next best one? What was my next best one? My previous example, it was going on a party, right? That was my this one. So the answer there is not green. In the chat box also, most of y'all gave me green, right? The answer there is the blue one. Because even in the middle, y'all can join if you got kicked out. So enjoy. You want me to zoom out the screen? Okay, hold on. Does it look better now? No? Can't see the answers. His answer should come on your. Okay. Sorry. Can I shape now? Okay. Now, okay, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so far, okay, leaderboard, we still have Ryan on top, Naurin, Sahida, Fadila, and Rana, right? So that's that. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Remember, the faster you answer, the more points you get. Next question. In economics, a choice arises due to. Yes, you don't have a full complete answer, but there is half of an answer here. One part of the answer. It's a little tricky also. Because our incomes determine what we can choose, because resources are limited and wants are unlimited. As consumers, we are free to choose what we want. The more we earn, the more we can choose. What do you all think? Why do you have a choice? There are two reasons for choice. In this MCQ, they talk of one of those reasons. I told you there are two reasons for a choice. They're talking of one of the reasons. Which one? Right. Oh, wow. All of you all got that right. Okay, so the answer is the blue one, right? So you have a choice because of scarcity and alternative uses. But in this MCQ, I'm not talking of both. I'm only talking of the scarcity side of it, right? So why is there scarcity? That also I'm not directly telling you. I'm telling you because resources are limited and wants are unlimited. I see all of you all get that right. I think that's the very first time I have got everyone get to say one question right. Okay, nice. Okay, leaderboard still looks somewhat the same, right? The more faster, the more points you'll get. Okay, right. Two more questions. Last question is double the points. This question is not. So, what is economics? Think of what we learned today and give me an answer. Economics is a study of governments and money, how to use limited resources and unlimited ones, how banks like the central bank work, how political parties make policies. Go with what we studied today. If I have not talked about anything, that means that is not economics, right? Which one? Governments and money, or it should be how to use limited resources and unlimited ones. Okay, wow. Hey, are you all discussing the answers with anyone else? Why is everyone getting it right? Oh, because is the answer? Oh, is it because of the answer is there on the chat box? Guys, for people putting on the chat box, can you all send it just to me so that everyone gets it? Right? I don't know if that is the reason. Yeah, right. So, okay, so the leaderboard looks at Ryan from the very beginning. Yes. So, okay. So the last question is double the points. That is for 2,000 points. So this leaderboard can change, and this leaderboard is very close as well, right? And that question is a little harder than no, it's not hard compared to what we had. It's a little harder. So be careful. Use your time wisely. Giving the correct answer. Okay, right. The next one. The last one. Double points, huh? Suppose you buy a past paper book. What is the opportunity cost of your purchase? The money you paid for the book, whatever you would have spent the money on if you had not bought the book, the cost of producing the book. Okay, there's two costs of producing the books. I've copied and type the wrong one. That's perfectly fine. What do you think opportunity cost? Red, blue, yellow, green. Of you buying a past paper book. What is opportunity? Remember the meaning of opportunity cost. It's your next best something, right? Think. Okay, so you have around 5. Okay, we are done, right? So the opportunity cost of buying a past paper book is, guys, whatever you would have spent your money for anything else. So if not for this past paper book, let's say I would have bought some food. That is my opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is not the money you spend, guys. Opportunity cost is what else you could have done with that thing, right? So if not for this, my next best thing would have been, let's say, buy some food from that money. Okay. So whatever you would have spent the money on, if you had not bought this, so that is your answer. Nice to see a lot of you all get it right? Okay. Okay, so this is how the podium looks as the podium changed. Okay, so 5 out of 6, we have Fadila on 3rd. Okay, we have Sahida on 2nd. Is it Ryan on 1st? Right. So that's how the standings look like. Next there is 4 and 5 also. Mustaq and Usani. Right. Okay. So what do you all get? Because I was thinking of 2 options. Right. I'll let you choose what you want. Right. I'll give you all 3 the same thing because I think all 3 deserve it. Right. The first 3, you have 2 options. One is you get 100 rupee reload. That's option number 1. Okay. Your option number 2 is if you're joining the class, you will get a 50% call for month 1. So if the class fee is 2,200, meaning you only have to pay 1,100. So will 3 of you all who won, which one you'll want to go with? 1 is a 100 rupee reload, 2 is a 50% off on your first month's class fee. The option is yours. Right. So until you all choose, until you all decide which option you all want to, right? Let me know, guys. Let me know which option you all want to, because I need to, if you're going with option number 2, I need to inform the institute, right? Like already doing ICT. Okay. So the first option, the reload, perfect. Yes, if you're doing ICT, why did you come for a econ seminar? If you're not doing econ, if that was the case, I know I didn't get your thing, right? Okay. So a few things that I would want to highlight before we wrap things up. Okay. So for those who are looking at joining, guys, I already have another batch which I started last month, right? So eventually I will combine these 2 batches for those who are starting to join now. So for those who are joining from this month, we will have the normal time is Wednesday 4 to 6, right? We will have a few extra sessions once you all have paid, and maybe once we create a group or something, we will discuss, because we have like 2 classes, right? Like 2 classes that we have missed, right? Which I would want to cover up so that all of us can get together and get it done. Okay, right. So 2 of you all want the first, 1 wants the second. Guys, for those who want the reload, you'll have to drop me a text. Okay, I can't type on the screen, but I'll just send my number on this, right? 077056014. Right. Okay, that is okay. Sorry, I send it to 1 person. Okay. That is my number there. For those who want the reload, you'll have to drop me a message, guys. Right? So drop me a message with the number that you want to. I'll give you your reload. Okay. So that is basically it. From the next class onwards, I want you all to pay focus, right? I'll show you all how you all can end up with your island rank or whatever that you want, right? So is the opportunity cost, right? Yes, opportunity cost for me of giving the quiz is giving you all a 50% real, 50% score. So on my end, right? Classes, I'm repeating, guys. Normal class is from 4 to 6 on Wednesday. Not this Wednesday. You all can start joining from next week. Okay. This Wednesday I have my other class though. So we will have a few extra sessions, cover things up that we missed, and then together we'll get everything done. Okay. And all of you all who are joining, I don't want you all to settle for anything. Please drop me a text on WhatsApp ideally, right? If you were the one who won that quiz. So because this Zoom chat, I will not have your numbers. And then little by little, we'll work on how to balance everything and how to, become the greatest versions of ourselves. Okay. And again, my promises stand. That is recordings, tudes printed and sent to your doorstep, a money back guarantee if you are unsatisfied. Physical, right now I'm not looking at, but maybe in 1 year's time, we can think of, maybe if things get better and everything gets better, we'll move into physical. You all will then have the option either online or physical. So both of it will be made available in the time to come. For now, no, it's going to be totally online. Okay, so that's it from me for today. If you all have any questions, where do I live? I live in Mount, right? Yes, on the arcade also will play, guys, don't worry, right? So that's it from me for today. If there's anything else, I'll probably see you all in the times to come. Good luck, right? Is your exam, no matter which teacher you learn under, right? Make sure that you do your thing right and that, you know, you're giving your A game. That's it from me. Thank you for coming. I'll see you all next class, probably on Wednesday. See you guys. Have a good day ahead. See you. Bye.